Morning, folks. It's 7:30 on a Saturday morning, so it's time to go for a walk. We're over at Lake St Clair this morning. The plan is to go and do Mt Rufus and Mt Hugel and stay the night at Shadow Lake. A bit nervous about this one. It's been a couple of years since I've done a solo overnight hike, so the nerves are up a bit. It's funny how you can go out and do all these things with other people, even guide other people, but when I get to go do it on my own, it's a bit different. So we'll see how that eventuates. But the plan is to camp at Shadow Lake. I've got everything with me. I'll definitely do the walk, but we'll see what happens when it comes time to set up camp. If I get to Shadow Lake nice and early, hopefully about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that'll give me enough time to walk out if need be. Not that I plan to. I've conquered my fears a couple of times before, so we'll see how we go with this one. Anyway, thanks for joining me on the adventure. Right, all the walking tracks in Lake St Clair start from here. So there's a couple of dudes up in front. They're going to do Mt Rufus as well, so no doubt we'll bump into them a few times. Promises to be a bit of a pretty walk, this one. And so we've got 8 k's to Mt Rufus, and roughly about 3 hours, and another hour and a half onto Mt Hugel. I plan on doing the Hugel range, so I go from Mt Hugel to Little Hugel, come down, camp at Shadow Lake. Here's the plan. There are other tracks, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to go out through here, all the way to here. Mount Hugel is over here, Little Hugel, so we've got to go this way. Come down and camp about there, so around to there. Then tomorrow come back this way. There you go. Fancy schmancy. We'll continue up this way. It goes this way. That's still living. A fallen down tree. It's pretty slippery. They did forecast up to 6 mil of rain, which I reckon may have got overnight. The roads are pretty slick coming in, and this track is pretty damp, so it's a bit slippery underfoot. Taking it easy. fairly steep in sections, a bit rough but well marked, and yeah, you will get a bit of a huff and puff up. As I keep saying, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of huff and puff. Lets you know you're alive. Lets you know that the juice is definitely worth the squeeze, eh? Well, this is very pretty, and I can assure you the camera is not doing it justice, but all these trees here with their moss and their old man's beard, and yeah, it just feels very hauntingly beautiful, is the only words I could use. Yeah, it's quite stunning. Very, yeah, just I don't know, messes with your soul, I suppose. Just, yeah. Don't know, speechless. The rowdy hikers, speechless. Some people will say that's a very hard thing to have. Right, looks a bit trippy. Yep, it's trippy alright. As you can see, people, the weather is starting to change. This morning there was some blue sky, and you know, promise, now it's overcast, probably a little bit threatening. The temperature has definitely dropped a couple of degrees, and yeah, we may not get views, but anyway, we might change our plans. Might just go to Mt Rufus, then go set up camp. We'll see what the weather has in store for us. Stay tuned. Bum bum bum. Right, as promised, at a junction just up here. To give away blue signs. Shadow Lake that way. Mt Rufus that way. So we're about halfway. Old Witchy boy's going to lug the heavy stuff all the way. It's his own fault. But he's wanted to travel light this weekend. So, yeah, off we'll go. Huh. Bit of a puddle. No way over it. No way around it. Just like to go through it. So just in the last couple of minutes, there's a misty rain falling. So, I won't be getting my kid off on top of the hill. I'll probably be wearing a raincoat instead. All the lovely spiky stuff. Actually, that's probably pineapple grass. To be honest, looks like pineapples. But I just got overtaken by a couple of young fit photographers. Let them race. I'm not in a hurry. Oh. Oh. Okay, over that way is Mt Rufus. So I'm going to get fuck all views today. but I'm still going to go complete it. The weather has turned from reasonable to fucking get your wet weather gear on, because you're going to get a wet ass. Yeah, so we'll see what the day eventuates. I'm still going to go up there, still going to conquer this one. I think I'd like to come back and do it anyway, so if we're going to come back and do Hugel, I might as well come back and do Rufus, but I'll continue on today and get that one up there. Still haven't decided whether I'm going to camp or not. If I do camp, it's going to be a lot of time in the tent, so you sort of got to weigh up the odds, don't you, and go, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to enjoy myself, check out some other stuff, or I'm going to sit in my tent and listen to music. Let's go for a bit. So you can hear the wind starting to pick up. The temperature's definitely dropped. We're heading up onto the main ridge now. So, yep, up onto the main ridge, where we start getting the ascent going properly. Track goes up and around over to the right where the high point is. We might be lucky in the view, you might get to see something. We might get up higher than the clouds. As you can see, it's a solid climb now. I'll try not to get the poles in the way too much, so you can see what's going on. But anyways, here we are then, that's the bulk of the ascent done now. I can only imagine what this would look like on a clear day. I reckon this would be magic. Oh well, like I said, we could always come back. The mountain's not going anywhere. Well, the cloud didn't burn off. Definitely did not burn off. Probably got thicker if anything. But here we are, approaching the summit of Mt Rufus. That's a doofus on Rufus, just so you know. Ooh. And a trippy too. So yeah, Let's keep going till we get to the high point. The conditions on the track, some of the rocks are very slippery, so just take your time. So 3 hours hasn't quite ticked over yet, so yeah, we're close to it. Yeah, as you can hear, that wind's a bit nasty, pretty lazy. It'll cut you in half if it had a chance, I suppose. People, I was a long way off when I thought I was at the summit before, and that should be it up there. I don't know if you can just vaguely see that dark outline, but yeah, this is a bit of an effort. As you can see, you can't see anything, but yeah, just having a crack, trying to get it done. Okay people, crazy adventurers, we are nearing the end of our little journey. 3 hours and 20 minutes to get to this point, but that's okay. It's definitely not a race, but there she is, the summit can on Mt Rufus. There you have it, folks. Touch, bang. Oh shit! Oh, as I said, slippery rocks. Right. Won't be much time spent up here today. Don't feel like being exposed. Sorry we're not getting any views, people, but you can hear that wind. I can feel that wind. It is an icy bitch today, that's for sure. So definitely not the end of the video. There'll be more stuff to see on the way down, I assume. I've left the summit about 15 minutes ago, making my way down through the rest of the circuit to Shadow Lake. I've decided I'm not staying the night. Common sense should prevail at some stage. The weather's turning very rapidly, so I'm walking with a bit of pace, still trying to be careful and not slip over, like I did on the top. But yeah, so not panicking, but just aware that you know, it has changed. I've spoken to people in Launceston, and apparently it's going to burn your eyes out down there. So go figure. That's just what it's like living in Tasmania and being in the alpine regions. You never can tell. The forecast said it was going to be overcast and about 13 degrees at the moment. To be honest, it feels like it's about 5. So, and that's without the wind chill. The wind chill, oh, that's very cold. Yeah, check this out if you're into funky rock formations. That chunk of rock there is pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. Oh. As you can see, pretty wet underfoot. We didn't get a lot of rain in there. There was enough to make things very wet, and the track is a bit overgrown. It's a good thing there's a marker there. But yes, very damp. Snack time. What have we got here? Oh, pizza flavoured salty protein bar. Definitely salty. Tastes a little bit like pizza. doesn't look like pizza. It tastes like a bit like barbecue shaped. Good news is it hasn't got any colder. And now that I'm down off the heights, the wind has dropped. So that's a good news. Oops, sorry folks. Good place to stop, Richie boy. Right in the plan. The day has calmed down. Even as the mist has started to lift, and just over there above the trees you can see little Hugel. So still not going to get any views at the moment, but yeah. The thing is, I know now that it's only a 7-hour, 8-hour round trip to do Mount Hugel, but this has been quite enjoyable. We do have a light rain, very light rain, drizzling at the moment. This would be Shadow Lake. So I'm assuming that somewhere in the vicinity there's going to be a campground. So I made it to Shadow Lake before 2 o'clock, which was my plan. I decided to keep going. The campsites did not look overly comfortable, to be honest. Very rocky. So yeah, we'll just mosey on, keep going, and yeah, back at the car about 4:30. There's one thing I've noticed about this walk. There's an abundance of fungus. That's because it's the time of the year, you know, April, a bit damp. Very good fungus weather, I suppose. But what I'll do is I'll include the photos that I take of the fungus at the end of the video. And after all, there are no scenery photos because there was no scenery. So put something there. But yeah, if you're into fungus, there's all sorts of weird and wonderful alien-like plants here. And then there's also the fagus, which is beginning to turn, if you're interested in that. Another hot topic of contention. Almost back to the visitor centre. Wandering around towards Cynthia Bay. Apparently there's a little place down here called Waters Mate. This way. Let's go to the overland track. There you go. Like the river's meat. That's what it's called, water's meat. The cloud has not lifted all day. It has warmed up a touch. But my choice has been made, so I might feel like I've missed out, but I made the choice to keep going back to the visitor centre, and yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm not doubling back now.